College Algebra, Topic 2.4. We're going to solve this by completing the square. This is a quadratic, and for completing the square, we need the form x plus bx plus c equals 0. So we're going to divide this by 3 to get this into the form. Everything divided by 3. So we'll get x squared minus 2x plus 4/3 equals 0. Next, we get rid of this number here, x squared plus bx, move that over, and we replace this with the completed square. The completed square comes from b, half of b, and then half of b squared. That number goes there and there. So, what is b? b is -2. What is half of b? It's -1. And what is the -1 when you square it? +1. Okay, so let's move this over to the other side. So we get x squared minus 2x equals -4/3. And then we put our b in. So +1, and here +1. Alright, from there, this now factors into x times x, 1 times 1, and negative. This adds together and becomes -1/3. This compresses down to x minus 1 squared equals -1/3. And now we'll begin the process of removing the square and the -1. First we'll take the square root of both sides. And don't forget the plus and minus right here. And we'll get x minus 1 equals plus or minus, let's see, we can take the square root of, square root of -1/3. Now, we can handle the -1. The -1 can come out as an I, but that square root over 3 is a little difficult, so we're going to multiply that by square root of 3 over square root of 3 to rationalize the denominator. Okay, so that's going to give us plus or minus square root of, the I comes out. Square root of 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. On the bottom, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is going to be 3. Alright, now that is cleaned up. You can add 1 to both sides, and we get two answers. X equals 1 plus I over 3, square root of 3, or x equals 1 minus I over 3, square root of 3. Alright, next, we're going to be solving this using quadratic substitution. Now this is not a quadratic, because if you were to multiply all this out, this would be a polynomial to the 4th power. But we're going to make it look like a quadratic by using substitution. So we're going to look at this guy right here. We're going to say let u equal the x squared minus 4. Then, if that's going to be our x, or our u, then would u squared look like this? And the answer is yes. X squared minus 4 all squared would be that. So it does fit. So we will let that be u. This would be u squared. So it fits quadratic substitution. So we have u squared plus 3 times u minus 4 equals 0. Solving this as a quadratic, we can factor. And we have u times u and 4 times 1. And let's see, looking at the FOIL in the middle, we have a positive negative. This will give us that positive 3. Okay, so u plus 4 equals 0, and u minus 1 equals 0. This solves to u equals -4, and this solves to u equals positive 1. Now that's solving it as a quadratic. Now I'm going to solve it again as a x in it. So u now becomes x squared minus 4. So x squared minus 4 equals negative 4. X squared minus 4 equals 1. When I solve this side, I add 4 to both sides, and I get x squared equals 0. Take the square root of both sides, plus or minus, and I get x equals 0. Here we add 4 to both sides. We get x squared equals 3. We take the square root of both sides, put in a plus and minus, and we get x equals the square root of 3 and also negative square root of 3. So that one has 3 answers.